Do you believe Kevin McMahill's two female accusers?
First of all, I think this is a ridiculous question. It has nothing to do with running this for the state of Nevada for the governor's position. I support Kevin McMahill 100%.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 107. 23:36 hours, Thursday, March 31st, 2022. The other day, the Nevada Independent, it's an online news outlet based out of Las Vegas, they conducted an interview with Sheriff Joe Lombardo. Sheriff Lombardo is continuing to defend Kevin McMahill, his former undersheriff.
So you're supporting Kevin McMahill in his bid for sheriff?
This is not going to be a tough question.
Oh, great. I don't know how much the viewers are aware of it, but I know that you must be aware of it. So recently it came to light, there were allegations about 3 decades ago of misconduct by McMahill and another officer, and a recommendation at that time by a superior officer that they both be removed from the force, but only one of them left, and McMahill remained. What do you remember about what happened with all that back then? And then explain why you're supporting him, why you think he's the best man to fill your shoes.
So let me start it with this way. One is I'm fully endorsing Kevin McMahill, and I haven't swayed from that, and I will continue to endorse him. Two is, I don't remember anything.
I'm curious. So Kevin McMahill isn't with Metro anymore, correct?
Correct.
You're still the head of Metro, right?
Correct.
Are there records that you could look up to figure out what has happened here?
Yeah, the only problem with it is I don't know if they've been purged. They're more than likely, because it's 25 years old, they've been purged.
Would you be willing to commit to the voters in Nevada that you'll make an effort to at least ask?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's incumbent upon me to do that, to breed confidence in the system.
But he wants us to believe in that interview that he didn't investigate anything. And now he's saying, well, the confidence in the system, yeah, I'll go back and I'll look at the records, but they're probably purged. This guy is a documented liar, and he's corrupt. And he's defending and supporting and endorsing his number two, Kevin McMahill, his undersheriff, because Kevin McMahill is also corrupt and is also a documented liar and a documented pervert by the own police department's Internal Affairs Bureau investigation. And I would have told him, wait a minute, Sheriff, you mean to tell us, the public right now, and us three reporters, that before you sat down for this interview, you never investigated the allegations that you said you heard about? He admitted he heard about them. Well, rumor. When it happened, there was rumor. I didn't know, but I heard things. So when you became sheriff and you endorsed, well, you endorsed, you kept him, Kevin McMahill was already undersheriff under Doug Gillespie, but he didn't have to keep him as undersheriff. He could have said, no, you're going back to captain or whatever you wanted to do with him. But he's going to let us believe right now, as you would heard him say, that he did absolutely no investigation on Kevin McMahill. Ladies and gentlemen, I said this in the other podcast, okay? Joe Lombardo is endorsing and defending Kevin McMahill because he has to. Because Kevin McMahill, according to my police sources, who's been speaking to me for years, and even more recently since McMahill announced he's running for sheriff, was behind all Joe Lombardo's cover-ups, okay? Cover-ups of falsifying police reports. And I got more information on a high-ranking police official who gave me more information on that the other day. And the cover-ups of the rape of the 12-year-old girl in 2019, the cover-up that nobody investigated. I broke that story of the lieutenant who built the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department for thousands of dollars by not showing up to work. I've been breaking one story after another, and many more that I've already talked about and wrote about even in the Baltimore Post-Examiner. Kevin McMahill was complicit in all these cover-ups with Joe Lombardo, okay? Joe Lombardo has no choice but to support and endorse him for sheriff, because Kevin McMahill, if he has no integrity, he's a documented liar to the police department, sustained. He's a documented pervert, sustained to the police department, and he's corrupt because he was complicit with Lombardo in all these cover-ups. Welcome to Truth and Consequences podcast from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm your host, Doug Poppa. It's April 3rd, 2022, 15:47 hours.
And they made me come over by their car and lift my skirt and show my privates, and then they took me to the front of the car, and they went through my purse, and they found a small amount of crack cocaine, and they said if I wanted to go, that I would have to eat that.
Did you ever ask a woman while you were working as an officer to see her genitals?
Never.
Were you ever present when someone else did, another officer?
Never.
So according to Kevin McMahill, the incident that he was brought up on charges for and the charges were sustained, in essence, never happened because he was not there, because he never witnessed anybody ask or himself say to Carrie Lance, show me your vagina, show me your snatch. He said it didn't happen, and he was not there when any other officer did it. So in essence, what he's saying is the entire Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department investigation from 1995 was bogus. Well, it wasn't so bogus, ladies and gentlemen, because they put him on a polygraph. So what was he on a polygraph for? For an incident that never happened? No, ladies and gentlemen, this incident happened. It wasn't something that was concocted in 2022 because he's running for sheriff of Clark County. These documents prove the investigation sustained the charges against him for conduct unbecoming an officer, neglect of duty, and being untruthful. Same statement now that's documented in the paperwork from 1995. None of this stuff is made up, as some people online are saying. It's all made up now because Kevin's running, McMahill's running for sheriff. It's like the Kavanaugh thing. No, it is not, ladies and gentlemen. You freaking idiots. We have documentation from 30 years ago from the police department. They did an Internal Affairs Bureau investigation, Mr. McMahill, and you're saying that all these documents, and much more that I got is bullshit because an incident never happened. The incident happened. You are a liar and you are a pervert. Both denied the charges, meaning McMahill and Stoops, back in 1995. Okay? Further, polygraph exams were given to all these officers. Officer Clampett came back truthful. Officers Stoops and McMahill came back deceptive. And now we know he took the polygraph because he admitted it. But he gave this BS excuse. Well, I'm Irish. I got my emotions are on my sleeve. That's all BS, people. The polygraph does not work like that. And the police officers, the police personnel that I spoke to told me that's not the way they did investigations then. That's not the way they do investigations now. You're not getting grilled by the Internal Affairs Bureau and then they say, open up the door, go in the room and take the polygraph. They told me that doesn't happen. So he's a freaking liar, okay? Then I'll go back on the bottom of this page again. You can see it on the bottom here. As a result of this investigation by Internal Affairs Bureau, misconduct was sustained for conduct unbecoming an officer, neglect of duty. In addition, misconduct not based on the original complaint. Truthfulness required at all times. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what he just said on Friday, Mark Tavares, okay, again, confirms that McMahill is continually lying because Tavares said to 8 News Now, I have no doubt the incident happened. But McMahill's saying the incident didn't happen because I never made a statement to a woman asking her to or ordering her to show me her genitals, and neither did any other police officer at any time when I was around them. So again, Mark Tavares is now, on his statement to News Now, further proves Mr. McMahill is still lying